What is going on, guys? It's your boy ShadyMikeGaming. Welcome to just a live video, a live reaction. Myself as a Sixers fan reacting to all the news that came down yesterday. This is gonna be a short video. I'm not gonna talk about any of the other teams. We know about the Pacers and the Mavericks and all the other great trades that happened, but this is gonna be focused primarily on the James Harden, Ben Simmons trade, Sixers, Nets, my thoughts on that. And I want to kind of dispute or have a little bit of a rebuttal versus some of the popular narratives that are around, and maybe even provide some clarity on exactly what happened yesterday, why it happened, and clear up some misconceptions and some things that people were saying about both the Sixers and me. So we had the opportunity to react live yesterday on stream, and we were on there talking trash, and it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the stream got taken down due to copyright. I think there was some music playing in the background of 2K. A lot of times those stadium sounds will get you, but it's all good. For those that missed the stream, we'll go ahead and rehash some of the stuff today. So first and foremost, we're going to talk a little bit about the trade. I'm going to get into my opinions on Ben Simmons first. We're going to get into my opinions on some of the previous comments that I made that people feel the need to screenshot and send to me, which I find funny, living rent free in the haters' heads, I guess. We're going to address the trade and who won the trade, and then we're going to talk about my expectations for the Sixers going forward, so that we're on the record, we're having fun. You guys know me. I don't delete YouTube videos. I don't delete comments. I don't run from the grind. I don't run from my predictions. I stand by them, and if we're good, we're good. If we're not, we keep moving. I'm 28 years old, been a Sixers fan my whole life. I trust me, I know pain, I know struggle. So when things don't go our way, we're still here. That's why we're the best fans in the world. So first and foremost, also too, I want to say thank you so much for all the support on the channel. A lot of subscribers joining in the past couple of weeks. We just hit 16K on YouTube, just hit 6,000 on Discord. Thank you all for the support. Please hit that like button, helps with the algorithm. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the trade and who won and all that good stuff. And let me know what you think about my comments, as well. And, yeah, so, and also, subscribe for more content just like this. Even though I don't do videos like this that often, but let me know if this is something you want to see a little bit more of. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. First and foremost, the first thing we're going to address with the trade is a lot of my comments before the trade. I was very adamant. I said Ben Simmons is better than James Harden. I don't want James Harden. Ben Simmons is better. Yeah, I lied. That's just the whole point, I guess, of the video. I lied. Obviously, I don't think Ben Simmons is better than James Harden. It's something called coping. Like when all of the mainstream media is saying Ben Simmons trade value is at an all-time low, and he has no value, and we're only going to be able to get CJ McCollum for him or Buddy Hield for him and all that good stuff. I was making comments it's called coping, right? You know what I mean? You're the Sixers, you're stuck with Ben. Try to, after that playoff loss, try to make Ben's value seem as high as it could possibly be, just because you feel like you're stuck with him. No, I don't think Ben Simmons is better than James Harden. I think that's silly to even begin with. So the fact that people are like screenshotting me and sending me DMs saying like, you didn't want Harden and you were saying this about Ben Simmons. Yeah, Ben Simmons, I couldn't care less about Ben Simmons. Don't like Ben Simmons. Don't like him as a player. Don't like him as a person. Shame on Ben Simmons. I think he's a real life loser. I think financially, you're never gonna. A lot of people try to attribute success to money, and that's just not how I think. I think Ben Simmons, with the new information that he's now traveling with the Nets, like getting ready to play, I think he should be suspended. I think he should be fined. I think he's a loser for faking a mental health issue. I've said that on multiple occasions. People are like so taken aback, like, oh my goodness. Yes, I think he faked a mental health issue. I think it's a shame. I think he should be embarrassed for the people that really struggle with mental health throughout their everyday life. I got no respect for Ben Simmons, the way he's carried himself this summer. And I think that his actions are really going to hurt the league going forward. I think he's going to hurt the players next time collective bargaining starts. There's going to be something said like, hey, players can't just sit out and get paid if they have a mental health issue. And unfortunately, that's because Ben Simmons decided to fake one. And it's going to really hurt someone if they come into the situation where they really do have a mental health issue. I'm not a mental health professional. This is just my opinion. I think he faked it. I think he's a scumbag. And that's my true thoughts on Ben Simmons. As a player on the court, that's off the court. On the court, I just don't think we miss him that much. I just think he's so limited. The Sixers have gone so long without a guard who can hit open shots, who can spread the floor. I'm just excited to not have to deal with the headache that is Ben Simmons. Wish him, whatever in Brooklyn. I don't think much will change with him in Brooklyn. So yeah, good riddance. I don't really want to talk about Ben anymore. I'm just not interested. I've really beaten that dead horse as a Sixers fan, trying to fake and lie and talk about his ups and his downs. I've been in arguments defending Ben Simmons. I'm over it. I'm glad he's gone. I don't have to ever talk about that man ever again. That's my mindset. So yeah, that, so to all the people sending me DMs, you can stop. I don't care. I don't like Ben Simmons. It's obvious that I would prefer to have Harden over him. And regardless of, Harden's age or what version of Harden we're getting, he's a human being that's going to be on a basketball court. And that's more than we could have said about Ben Simmons. So I'm very happy with the deal when it comes to that. Next, I want to address the trade itself. And the people who think the Nets won the trade, I think it's very weird. Not going to lie. I don't think the Nets won the trade. I also don't think it's even close, even a little bit. For the reason I just mentioned, number one, you get rid of Ben Simmons. He's a cancer in the locker room. Just the fact that he was here, move Ben Simmons. That's a plus for the Sixers. You get James Harden back, any version of James Harden, whether he's scoring 35 a night, whether he's giving you 20 a night and 10 assists, is an insane improvement over nothing, right? So you think of the Sixers being second and third in the East with pretty much nothing, and then adding James Harden to that, you've got Joel Embiid, who's the best player in basketball right now. That's going to be such an incredible duo, regardless of what version of Harden we get. I'm confident Harden will get in shape and he'll be healthy and Embiid will be healthy. So I'm really ecstatic about that. Now let's talk a little bit about what the Sixers gave up, because that's where people, I guess, are like struggling, I guess, to understand. Number one, we gave up a first round pick. I personally, I think, and we'll talk about that later, but I think the Sixers are going to come out the East. So if that first round pick is 29th or 30th, that's a second round pick to me. Don't care. Then we gave up a first round pick in 2027, which people are freaking out about. And I'm like, it's 2027, it's protected. In 2028, it's protected. And then in 2029, it turns into 2 second rounders and like $2 million. I'm like, okay, still haven't lost much. Then the big one, and this is really the big crux of the deal. We lose Seth Curry, who can't defend a fly on the wall. He can't play defense. We all saw Kevin Huerter roast him in the playoffs last year. He's obviously a premier three-point shooter in the league. We expect Harden to replace that production. But the number one thing about Curry, right, especially being on Brooklyn, that people just don't understand, and this is kind of that casual outlook, right? What people don't understand was, and this is where we were arguing about on stream, it's revisionist history. Seth Curry, if you look at the contract he's on, he was barely in the league before he came to the Sixers. And people were like, he was nice on the Blazers. He was nice on the Mavericks. No, he wasn't. He was barely in the league. It's revisionist history. I'm a Duke fan. I'm a Curry fan. I've followed him for a long time. He was barely in the league, right? Going team to team in certain situations. So I don't know where the sudden love affair for Seth Curry came from. He really exploded onto the scene, same way, with his production, same way with JJ Redick, benefiting off of the looks that you get from the pick and roll and the inside outside game with a magnetic force like Joel Embiid. Seth Curry will not be getting the looks that he was getting in Brooklyn that he was getting from Joel Embiid drawing triple teams and kicking it and swinging the ball to him. So I am not really like, I'm a fan of Seth. I like that he can knock down the open three, but that's about all he can do. I am not losing sleep over the loss of Seth Curry. Now, a lot of people said, oh, you think he's not going to get looks in Brooklyn with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant? Nobody said that, but he's not going to get the same looks because of the inside outside game. Kevin Durant, perimeter mid-range player. Kyrie Irving, perimeter. He can finish at the rim, of course, but perimeter mid-range player too. No, guys are just going to play straight up defense on Brooklyn. A lot of shooting, but not a whole lot of penetration and definitely not a low post presence. So I'm losing very little sleep over Seth Curry, and that's just where the media who hates the Sixers wants to make it look like we got fleeced. It's laughable at best when you talk about the draft picks. And then Drummond, I don't lose sleep over Drummond either. Great for him. He's a solid rebounder. That's it. What a lot of the casuals don't understand, the Sixers do have Paul Reed, who we've been wanting to get minutes for a while, who's was the G League MVP. We expect him to come right into that backup center spot and give us production. We also have another first round pick, Charles Bassey, that we have, who's a big man that has not been able to play because of the log jam at the 5. Obviously, we don't need a lot of backup minutes from the 5 with the best player in the NBA, Joel Embiid, being there. So, there's no scenario where the Sixers lost this trade. We obviously won it. Brooklyn, the Nets, their fan base, they're in shambles. The big 3 didn't work. It's not going to work. KD can't stay healthy. Kyrie Irving can only play 50% of the games. They're not in a good spot, and their focus should be just making the playoffs, because we'll see if they can even make the playoffs. And I don't think Ben Simmons will have a big impact on what they do. And that's my opinion. You can come back to this video if you want to, I guess. I always update my opinions anyway, but if that's, if you want to come back to this video, bookmark it, favorite it, feel free. That just is my thoughts on Brooklyn. I felt like this was a terrible trade for them. They lost the trade, breaking up that big 3. That was their only shot at a title. They're no longer title contenders, and a late first round pick this coming year and a pick in 2027 is not going to restore the draft capital that they gave up for Harden. They gave up Karis LeVert. They gave up Jared Allen. They're in shambles. The Nets, I think they're a poverty franchise personally. I'm not losing any sleep over Brooklyn or anything that they bring to the table. And the last thing that I want to close out with is my expectations for the Sixers. I'm very high on the Sixers right now. Obviously, there's a little bit of bias, but personally, my expectations for the Sixers, if everyone stays healthy, is always the caveat with the Sixers. Embiid, obviously Harden. If everyone can stay healthy, that's going to be the caveat. But personally, my expectation is for the Sixers to come out the East. You never know if you can win a title. That's insane. Like, if it happens, it happens. It's great. I don't think you ever put the expectation like it's title or bust. Excuse me. But I would love to see the Sixers come out the East. Now, let me hit you with another caveat there. Someone has said, okay, so are you saying it's Eastern Conference Championship or bust? No, that's not what I said. And I'm not going to let you say that either. The Sixers suck, right? James Harden's out of shape, right? Joel Embiid can't stay healthy, right? Matisse Thybulle can't shoot, right? Maxi's not ready, right? That's what y'all are telling me. So no, the expectation is not to come out the East. It's not come out the East or bust. The expectation is just to have fun and just to have an exciting team that can compete. And I think, we can come out the East, but I'm not going to let non-Sixers fans. It's so funny how conveniently the narrative around the Sixers changes. Oh, the Sixers suck, but if they don't come out the East, everything's a failure, right? No. I think we have the best starting lineup in basketball. Maxey, Harden with 1 and 2, whichever plays the point. Matisse, Danny Green, whoever's going to play the 3, Tobias Harris, who's going to be phenomenal going forward because the scoring load is going to be taken off of him with Embiid and Harden. And then, of course, the best player in the league right now, Joel Embiid, the MVP. A lot of people said, oh, yeah, Milwaukee. I'm not losing sleep over Milwaukee. We have a better team than Milwaukee. I'm not losing sleep over Serge Ibaka. Embiid is better than Giannis. A lot of people are going to talk about Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton and Giannis. And my question is, and has always been, which one of those three individuals is guarding Joel Embiid? None of them? Okay, that's what I thought. So I don't have any, fears about, the Eastern Conference or any of those teams. I think we can beat them all, and I'm excited to see the Sixers be successful and have a lot of fun, and this is going to be a blast to watch and follow. So those are my thoughts on the Sixers and their trade deadline acquisition. It's been a long time as a Sixers fan since I can say that we won the trade deadline, but that's exactly what we did. It's been incredible. It's been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how this team progresses going forward. But guys, this is your boy Shady Mike Gaming. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below of what you think of the Sixers. But other than that, I am signing out. Peace. Threes.